For decades, Rob Reiner was known as one of Hollywood's most respected filmmakers. His movies became classics. His name became a guarantee of quality storytelling. But behind the cameras, awards, and red carpets, Rob Reiner lived a much quieter, deeply personal life, centered around family. In recent days, as people around the world have been revisiting his legacy, many are asking a simple question. Who was Rob Reiner beyond the movies? And more importantly, who were the people closest to him? Today, we're looking at the family life of Rob Reiner and the 4 children who shaped the side of him the public rarely saw. Rob Reiner wasn't just another Hollywood director. He was the man behind films like When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men, Misery, and The Princess Bride. His work balanced intelligence, emotion, and humanity, something many believe came directly from his personal life. And that personal life was shaped by 2 marriages and 4 children. Tracy Reiner, the daughter he chose. Rob Reiner's oldest child is Tracy Reiner, born in 1964. Tracy was adopted during Rob's first marriage to director and actress Penny Marshall. Although not biologically related, Rob never made that distinction. He consistently referred to Tracy simply as his daughter. Tracy grew up surrounded by creativity and storytelling, eventually building her own career as an actress and producer. She appeared in several films connected to the Reiner-Marshall creative circle, including A League of Their Own. By all accounts, Rob remained a constant presence in her life, proving that, for him, family was defined by commitment, not biology. Jake Reiner, finding his own path. Rob Reiner's second child, Jake Reiner, was born in 1991 during his marriage to Michelle Singer. Jake initially took a very different route from Hollywood. He worked as a news reporter before eventually deciding to pursue acting. In interviews, Jake has spoken openly about growing up in Los Angeles, participating in school plays, improv classes, and developing a natural love for performing. Rather than being pushed into the industry, Jake's transition into acting came from long-standing personal passion, not pressure. Nick Reiner, creativity through struggle. Nick Reiner, born in 1993, is Rob and Michelle's middle child. Nick's journey has been the most complex and also the most honest. He has spoken publicly about personal struggles earlier in life, including periods of instability that deeply shaped his perspective. Instead of hiding from those experiences, Nick later used them as creative fuel. He co-wrote the semi-autobiographical film Being Charlie, turning personal hardship into storytelling, something clearly inspired by the artistic environment he grew up in. For Rob Reiner, storytelling was never just entertainment. It was a way to process life, and Nick's work reflected that same philosophy. Romy Reiner, the youngest voice. The youngest of the Reiner children is Romy Reiner, born in 1997. Like her siblings, Romy gravitated toward performance and acting. She trained in improv at well-known institutions such as the Groundlings and UCB, slowly carving out her own creative identity. While she remained more private than her siblings, her path reflected a shared family theme, storytelling as expression. Despite decades in Hollywood, Rob Reiner kept his family life largely out of the spotlight. Friends and neighbors often described him as quiet, thoughtful, and deeply protective of his personal world. He was a public figure, but a private father. Across different stages of life, relationships, and challenges, one thing remained constant. Family always came first. Rob Reiner will always be remembered for the films that defined generations. But behind every iconic story he told on screen was a real human life filled with love, complexity, mistakes, and growth. His children represent different paths, different struggles, and different successes, but together they tell a much bigger story. A story not about fame, but about family. If you appreciate stories that go beyond headlines and focus on the people behind the legacy, consider subscribing for more deep dive explainers on Hollywood, culture, and the stories that shape them.